Hey y'all, welcome to the late night edition of CBG News, guys. Um, I know I said I was coming on at 10:30, but child, I'm getting a little sleepy and I need to go. I need to get some rest. So I want to come on here, guys. I want to give a few minutes for some people to come in and we're going to talk about this. Um, I'm just going to say this. We're going to try to be unbiased as possible. We're going to try to be as unbiased as possible. Um, Like, I don't. This story is very, very sensitive to me because you don't know. It's so many. We're gonna get into it, but I want to wait a few moments to see who's coming in, and then we're gonna get into it. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come in. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come in, and if you want to share me out, make sure you're sharing me out. Um, I want to make sure we get this message out right here because I want to give the due diligence that is deserved. Um, so I'm gonna wait a few moments here, then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Hey, Christine, how are you? How are you, Christine? Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I'm gonna wait a few more moments. How are you today? Happy Friday, child. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Um, Honey, I'm trying to wait a few moments to see who's coming in before I get into it because this is a story that needs to be shed a light on, and I'm gonna shed the light on it. In my personal opinion, I'm gonna be honest, you know, and judge me if you like. Um, in this instance, with this child abuse case and this lady getting life without parole, with all the facts and all the evidence, now we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna tell you guys what I think after because I want you guys to be unbiased as possible. Y'all don't really know this story. I did my research and I'm gonna tell you guys about it, and then we're gonna listen to a couple of clips. This might be a 2-hour live, y'all, but just bear with me because I want to get whatever it is out there. This is a story that's coming out of Port Gibson, Mississippi. Um, and I'm going to read this story, guys. Christine, since you are the first mod here, I am not going to be really paying attention to the chat until I get through saying anything I need to say. So, Christine, if anybody come in, greet them. Make sure that, any spammers, make sure you delete them, please. I'm going to go ahead and get into it so we can know the story. It's so much, y'all. It's frustrating, but somebody got to tell the story. Somebody got to tell the story. So let me pull this up right quick. Just allow me a moment. Okay, guys. Y'all tell me I'm going to read this story and then y'all tell me what you think. It says here, Jurayah goes from, this is Friday, October the 20th, 2017. Jurayah goes from biological mother to Deidrona Smith to Danielle Skinner, Morris's cousin. She is transported without a car seat or baby bag. At some point, Danielle is unable to get Jurayah to stop crying, so she contacts T'Kia so that she can calm her down. This is T'Kia's first time being made aware that Jurayah is with Danielle and is also without essentials. For this reason, she offers to pick her up. Danielle declines. Even though Danielle declines, she allows Andrew Morris's younger brother to pick up Jurayah. She is transported from Vicksburg to Port Gibson and taken to Danielle's mother's home, Antoinette Skinner. Friday, Jurayah went from her mother to Danielle Skinner to Andrew Bevily and finally to Antoinette Skinner. While in Fayetteville, Morris receives a phone call because his mother, who at the time they thought was on her deathbed, was in the hospital. T'Kia was home during this time. They finally meet with Antoinette to get Jurayah because she did not have any clean clothes. They met about noon. From noon until about 9 o'clock, they are at the hospital visiting his mother. Hospital surveillance shows this. Hospital surveillance shows that the normally energetic Jurayah was not walking independently as she normally would. The one time she stood, she needed the assistance of a nearby table. T'Kia is actually the only person Jurayah goes to rest her head on during this time and goes to sleep. They leave the hospital and make it home about 10 p.m. Both girls are put down for bed. Sunday, October the 22nd, 2017. Around 5 a.m., Jurayah is discovered in her crib, passed away after a routine crib check. Morris first calls 911, then he calls the biological mother, Deidrona Smith. The police and coroner arrive to take pictures and statements per protocol. It was thought that Jurayah simply died in her sleep. T'Kia nor Morris were arrested that night because there were no visible signs of abuse or distress. In the initial autopsy report, was received months after the death and the burial of Jurayah, it was completed by Dr. Mark Levon, a chief medical examiner of Mississippi. It stated that the manner of death was blunt force trauma and the cause of death, homicide. Although Jurayah passed in the Bevily home, this is what this paper says, it is important to remember that she was in the care of at least 4 other people prior to being in T'Kia's and Morris's Bevily care. There were no visible bruises or distress that would indicate that she sustained blunt force trauma while in T'Kia and Morris's Bevily's care. The chief medical examiner did not provide a timeline of when the injuries could have sustained. So Dr. Levon stated that Jurayah suffered a linear parietal skull fracture along with asphyxiation with an undetermined etiology. He did not provide the time frame in which these injuries occurred. His autopsy saw absolutely no swelling in the brain. Unfortunately, he was placed on administrative leave prior to the trial and was unable to testify in court. Dr. George Nichols was hired by the state and did an analysis of the original autopsy. He did not perform the autopsy himself, nor did he come to Mississippi. In his finding, he stated that the skull fracture and associated bleeding were all healing. He also stated that Jurayah had 5 scalp contusions that did not injure her brain. He concluded that somehow the 5 scalp contusions that he could not age caused her brain to swell and kill her. He ultimately concluded that the injuries could be as old as 8 days old. Dr. Peter Daniel, he's a pediatrician out of Minnesota. Dr. Daniel found that the scalp contusions were not significant enough to cause death. He stated that Jurayah died from sudden unexplained death in children. He too determined the skull fracture and associated bleeding were healing. Jurayah had no other skull fracture, rib fracture, long bone fracture, retinal hemorrhages, subdural hematoma, no swelling of the brain, or any other injuries associated with child abuse. So not one of the three medical experts placed a timeline on when nor where Jurayah sustained her injuries. Dr. Nichols testified under oath that it was possible that Jurayah was experiencing a lucid interval, the time between injury and symptoms. He also admitted that he altered his report because the prosecution told him to do so. So, guys, I'm going to pull this up, and y'all tell me what you think. Hey, Aunt Nancy, how are you? I'm going to share y'all this picture of, this is Jurayah and T'Kia. Hi, Chris, how are you? So, y'all, this is Jurayah. Let me get some more pictures up here. I'm, you know what I'm saying? The picture that I know, this is different. I feel like this is different from what I've been reporting. This is the baby again with the T'Kia. The baby doesn't look like she has any bruises. If there was any bruises, any pictures that they have pulled up of her, it would be shown. And from all I have seen is, I'm gonna let you guys listen. I'm gonna let you guys listen to, and I'm just gonna be real. I'm gonna let you guys listen to the family. Jurayah's mother's sister went live. She went live, and she talked about the incident with T'Kia. She talked about. I'm gonna let y'all guys tell me what you think.
Man, everybody want to know.
You know, after she is charged with her death, and she was charged with Jurayah's death, and she facing life without the possibility of parole, and this was her first offense. So let's get into it. We're gonna listen to what the sister had to say, and y'all tell me what you think.
Everybody want to know. People want to know. Ain't no sense again, y'all bits and pieces. Have everybody misconstrued in the head. Y'all need to know everything from the drip to the drop. Because I know somebody gonna feel real salty and go report it. So y'all can screen record it if y'all want to. Because the stalkers, I know they stalking behind these fake pages, ready to come and what's up, Erie? Ready to come and report the lie. I don't want to ask questions. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Went on down to when she left out in court. T'Kia lied like she knew Deidreana and she knew about the pregnancy before Jurayah was here. That's a lie. That's the number one lie. She said they was best friends. They was like sister wives. That is a lie.
Hold on, y'all. I don't have this shared right. Share screen. Application window. Phone. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Sorry.
This is my sister we talking about. This is like my best friend, so y'all know I'm not lying. She was living in my house, so I know this is a fact. T'Kia had sent her messages telling her do not contact her husband, which D has proof of. I'm not finna put all that out. She had a record of messages where she didn't want her to contact her husband, even if it was, for her child. She made that clear. She didn't want Deidreana contacting her husband. That don't sound like a sister wife or a friend to me. But anyway, okay. DNA test, I saw messages where somebody said Dee didn't know who her baby daddy was. She got 3 or 4 men tested. That was a lie. She got 1 man tested, and that was Morris Bevily. And they got 1 DNA test behind her back. See, she don't even know this, so therefore she can't give y'all facts. He got a DNA test behind her back. Him and D took a home DNA test. It came back negative. He had to tamper with the test so it'll come back negative so she wouldn't find out. But April Davis so messy over there at the Clayton County Nursing Home, she didn't expose the word. Not to kill, no. So she hopped in the inbox. Okay, I heard you supposed to have a baby by my husband. Woot. So I'll take you to get a DNA test if that's the case. And the girl so evil, she didn't even let Morris ride in the car with them. She made him trail in his own truck. You can't tell me that ain't even evil from the jump. Boom. DNA test done. Results come back. You are the father. Deep down inside, I know they probably killed her more than anything. But you say you had to do counseling. You had to, marriage counseling, go through, psychiatrists and shit, or however you had to do to deal with it. But you said you got over it and you accepted it.
In her testimony, she said it was hard for her. So she had to get marriage therapy, and she had to get her own therapy off the muscle, and she had to pray real hard to God, and she still had to find another way to cope with it, my love. She never got over it.
And those are words. Those are her words in her testimony. And okay, the baby got here. She found out about Jurayah. This was at 3 months. Jurayah was 3 months. Dee started letting the baby go with them. Okay, everything was fine. Everything was fine. They was coping on working with each other to co-parent. It was fine. They was doing okay till it got down to Jurayah starting to walk. Everybody have kids, and I'm quite sure most of y'all on this live have multiple kids. If you don't, you done been around kids, you done raised kids. You know what it's like for your baby to be trying to walk and falling. Each injury, both 2 times Jurayah fell from so-called learning how to walk was in their care. T'Kia hands alone. T'Kia hands alone. She said it out of her own mouth. Jurayah fell every time. Morris was never around. Both times. One time she ended up with a black eye.
She said she hit the fireplace.
That was in her home, in her care alone. The second time she said she fell on the pavement. What baby fall and hit her skull on the pavement? You said you took her to the hospital. Where are the records from that? No one has yet to see the records. Once again, Jurayah was in T'Kia Bevily's care when she fell.
And she said Morris was
You
gone.
said you took her to the hospital. Both times, both injuries, whatever occurred, if she had a skull fracture, the doctor should have told you then. But you couldn't have taken her to the hospital.
And she said when she was taking her to the hospital, she had Morris on the phone coaching her to keep her woke.
And these are her words in her video. And if they release this from the sheriff department, y'all will hear all of what I'm saying again. Okay. We're going to come down to some more events. Okay. His mom, for instance, Morris's mom, the night that Jurayah was killed, she wasn't supposed to make it through the night. This lady was on her deathbed, basically. And most of y'all have seen people on their deathbed and what they look like and what state they're in. At that state, you cannot tell me that you can remember what happened. For once, after Jurayah was killed, they lied to her 2 months prior, telling her that the baby was home with her mom. She didn't know for 2 months that her granddaughter was dead. Okay? Deidreana has messages of her and Miss Beverly holding a conversation about, when she found out. She acted like she was just so, shocked. She was hurt at that point. On down the line, I don't know what happened. I guess they say family over everything, but right is right and wrong is wrong. This lady come telling me what happened 3 years ago, lady. You weren't even here 3 years ago. You don't know nothing but what you're being told. Everything Miss Beverly has said is hearsay. It is hearsay. Okay, let's switch and talk about let me see. T'Kia in her video. I'm gonna explain her whole interrogation video. She had 2 videos. One was the same day the baby died. Okay, she's taken in for questioning. She's giving her statement. 2 days later, she get a call back from the sheriff department after they've gotten a call from the crime lab because something just isn't right. This baby did not just die on her own. They called them back and let them know, come up here because I need y'all to take a look at this. A second look.
They said turn your car around. They told the dude, turn your car around. It's urgent because this is not no accident. It is now a homicide, and they didn't want to explain how deep it was on the phone with him. He just need to hurry up and get there.
Exactly. All of these, y'all, came from testimonies. All of these are facts. Officer James Jefferson said that Mark LaVon told him, and he showed him 5 contusions to the brain. Easily. Killed her instantly. If she had to live through those injuries that she sustained, she would have been a lemon. She wouldn't have been able to walk, talk, play. She wouldn't have been, her mobility skills would have been down, like she just would have been done instantly. What person tell you to turn your car around? This got to be urgent. T'Kia said she had a skull fracture that killed her. That's what she died from, the skull fracture. How you know that her skull was already fractured if when you took her to the doctor, they never told you that? So you came up with that yourself, saying that the skull was fractured. You know it's fractured because you know you done beat her upside her head in the same spot 5 times. Like instantly, nobody gonna live through that, especially a baby. You're not gonna tell me that it don't matter how many hands she was passed around in. If she had been hit, she would have died just as fast as she did with her.
Went straight into a coma.
She would have went straight into a coma and something had happened to her at the hospital.
And when we speaking on that, them 5 sudden hits, and that's gonna send her straight into a coma. T'Kia stated in her both interviews she heard Jurayah making noise. First interview, she said she heard Jurayah sounding like she talking in her sleep. The doctor said when she took them blows to the head, it's gonna seem like she's falling asleep, but she really falling into a coma. Second interview, T'Kia said she heard Jurayah making a t sound, and she say Morris wanted to check on Jurayah, but she wouldn't even let Morris check on Jurayah because she know she just hit Jurayah in the head. That's after they got settled at home and everything. And when Morris woke up at 5:30 in the morning claiming he was thirsty, T'Kia stated in her second interview, we got a bed specially made that makes squeaking sounds, so I would be able to hear Morris if he got out that bed. And Morris was like, I'll go in there. Well, she said, what you want, a Gatorade or something?
No, they was having a discussion about what he wanted to drink. Yeah. But she was trying to keep him in the bed so he wouldn't get up and go in there.
Once again, she would not let Morris get up out that bed.
She would not let him check on her.
In the process of her going to get the Gatorade, she once again go into Jurayah's room.
Hold on. We're going to get to that. Okay. We're going to talk about this falling off the car situation. First of all, they made that up off the top of their head, period. Jurayah never fell off of a car. And if she did fall off a car, why are we hearing this 3 years later? They had 3 years to plead their case. 3 years. But this is what happened. They killed Jurayah, moved out of their home, which they wasn't even in a whole year. Ran away to New Orleans. If you innocent, what are you running for? Why did you move out of your house? Why did you run to New Orleans? You feel me? They moved down there, started a whole new life. Didn't care about what happened to Jurayah. If this is your child, honestly, like any parent, if this is your child and this has happened to your child and you know you didn't do nothing, why you ain't helping the mom figure out what happened? Like, why you ain't trying to see what happened yourself? You feel me? But you just run off and start your own life. Like, y'all done had another baby. Y'all just living y'all happy life. Like, this is the life that she wanted before Jurayah came in the picture. I mean, she had all the motive right there. Like, that killed her little fairy tale. You felt like you had the perfect family until this baby popped up. Boom, I just got married. I'm pregnant with my husband's supposed to be first child, but then here's this other outside child, which you say came from a one-night stand that just ruined your happy family, just killed your image. But you did that and you flew all the way to New Orleans trying to hide. What you hiding for, dude? Like, that's not going to solve nothing. And then, like, you didn't hear anything from them. All the pictures Morris had of her on his Instagram removed. Never posted a picture, not a birthday, really nothing. Like, none of that. Like, at all. You feel me? Boom. They get arrested, charged. They got a bond. Yeah, they family start ranting. Then everybody want to have something to say. oh, my baby innocent this, my baby innocent that, GoFundMe accounts. But how long did that last? How long did that last? If your child is really...
Okay, guys. So that's the first part to it. Now I'm gonna now. First of all, tell me what y'all thinking. Tell me what y'all thinking while I'm pulling up the second part. Tell me what you guys thinking. Tell me what you guys thinking. What's in y'all hearts and minds right now as we speak. Christine, it's not over with yet. But we're gonna get it.
They thought they won. You feel me? But now we get a guilty verdict.
Okay. We're gonna discuss it. I want y'all to hear their version, and then the mom went live. T'Kia's mom went live. This is Jurayah's sister. The sister went live to tell their side, and then the mom went live for her child. This probably gonna be about an hour and a half live. I'm sorry if y'all guys stay on with me. We can get through this, but this story got to get out. And I don't know, I in my spirit, and I know that I've been talking about child abuse and stuff like that, but y'all, in my spirit, something ain't right. And I think this in my spirit, because like in my spirit, Deidrona is the mother of Jurayah. Jurayah is the child that passed away in the care of the mom and stepmother. I mean, the stepmother and the dad. They're saying that the stepmother killed the child because of jealousy. But she took the child in and she loved her. And what I don't understand is let me rebuttal, and I'm just playing devil's advocate. If y'all said that she fell with the baby had bruises, where is your evidence if the baby fell and she had bruises on her eye or something? Said she hit the fireplace. You also said she hit her head, but T'Kia said she took her to the doctor and she was fine. So if the doctor's saying that there's no source in child, because one thing about if anybody suspect child abuse, they're gonna check the child automatically. It's so many loopholes to this story. That's why I know that this lady didn't get a fair trial, because it's been tainted. It's been tainted, and I'm gonna show you guys. It's been tainted. Because somebody lying somewhere. If that baby was passed around and then all of a sudden she was not, if they show evidence where this baby was struggling to walk before they even got home at the hospital, that lets you know something happened to that baby before she got to the mom and the stepdad, the stepmom and dad. But I'm gonna let y'all listen to the rest of these people, because they done got it all figured out, child. They done got it all figured out. You can't tell them nothing different. Hold on.
When she's pointing all the evidence to herself, everybody want to rant, I stand with Kia. 3 years ago, you didn't stand with Kia. In these whole 3 years, nobody said nothing about Jurayah and tried to say what they was doing. Nobody tried to help our family get closure, but our outside supporters in our family. It wasn't the Beverlys. The Beverlys never even reached out to say nothing. Like, nobody gave a damn. But now everybody want to be on her back, on my sister's back, like she's the one to blame. She's not the one to blame. The state of Mississippi is the one to blame, because it was the state of Mississippi versus T'Kia Bevily. It was 12 other random people versus T'Kia Bevily. It was not Deidrona Smith versus T'Kia Bevily. You understand me? Yeah, she played a role because this was her child. I want y'all to understand that a child's life has been taken, and y'all on Facebook bickering about If y'all believe her or not. She got a whole video stating herself. She cleared herself. Jurayah was fine. She emphasized so many times how fine she was. When they made it home and they got out of the car, Jurayah was woke. Guess what? She was fine. Morris got in the shower. Jurayah was fine when he got in the shower. What was T'Kia doing? What was T'Kia doing while Morris was in the shower?
She stated that
Morris heard a noise. She said she was cleaning up. What you cleaning up? She said she was getting ready to get in the shower after him. He heard her cry out while he was in the shower. You know, he was finna come check on her when he got out the shower, but she stopped him. She didn't want him to go in there and see what she had already done. She cleared herself. He went to bed. When he got out, he was asleep. You mean tell me this man went to sleep in 10 minutes, you got in the shower in 10 minutes and got out and he was asleep? You the only person was woke. You cleared him. You cleared him out. You said he was asleep. You was the last person to see Jurayah alive. The exact last person. So who else gonna answer any questions about what happened to her besides her? T'Kia Bevily, all the fingers point to you. You said she was fine. She was fine at the hospital running around. She was fine when y'all got in the car and stopped at Next Level and Pizza Hut, which y'all never ate. I want y'all to see the video for y'allself so y'all can see. This girl done plotted a whole story and didn't show no remorse during the whole video. Not 1 ounce of remorse.
Show them how she acted.
They read her the results from the autopsy result, and all she could say was,
Really?
My girl, that's all she said.
Did my husband know this? Did my husband know this? This her, y'all. This her exact emotion. Oh, no, Jurayah was fine. She was fine. That baby was fine. This is her exact emotion. She was fine. She did a little fake cry. She did a little fake cry. And after that, her name went from Jurayah to that baby. After that, she stopped crying. No remorse again. No remorse again.
And then she said, I should never took that baby in.
Like, why?
She said that in her state.
Why do you feel guilty about taking that baby in?
Oh, Lord. Y'all know when I'm trying to get a message out, YouTube need stuff on to mess up. There you go. Hold on.
Y'all tell me like what y'all feel like going on. From what y'all done already heard so far, y'all tell me what y'all feel like going on. Okay, we're gonna talk about what happened on the autopsy. Okay. I said it ain't muted. I said in court the entire week from Monday to Friday. I saw all the evidence I've been waiting on myself for 3 years. I saw all of the pictures. Do y'all hear me? There was one doctor, well, the pediatrician, whose testimony was different from all of the other pathologists. If y'all want to compare pathologists versus pediatrician, the pediatrician said he didn't see any blood in the brain. When everything is released, y'all gonna see the picture where if you clearly look at it, even Ray Charles could tell you there's blood in the back of her brain and swelling. The pediatrician said he didn't see any of that. I'm assuming he was blind on the stand. Okay, they showed another picture of her skull pulled back where you can see every blow that she endured. These blows at the top of her head, y'all. Now, y'all picture this. You hitting somebody constantly, like back to back to back to back to back. Each one of those blows gonna be in a pattern in the same spot versus you just hitting a person, you know, stop. Take a minute, hit them again, like that's gonna be totally different. All them blows is in the top of her head. The blood from where they pulled her skull back, fresh blood. Fresh blood. The pediatrician said the blood was old and the bruises were old. They were healing. A lie. They were fresh. Everybody know what fresh bruises look like. This is fresh bruising and fresh blood. And they chopped her blood, her brain down in pieces. You can tell off the pictures what part of her brain was swollen and where, you know, the bleeding occurred. That's what killed her instantly. You ain't gonna tell me no way that she will walk around for days with those type of injuries on her brain. She could never. And the pathologist testified this himself and said she could have never walked around for days with those type of injuries at all. It killed her instantly. 3 pathologists said the same thing. 3 instantly. Okay. There was some more pictures they showed. They showed pictures of her in. My niece did not sleep on her stomach. She did not sleep on her stomach. She slept on her back. She said when she found her, she had to flip her over. Why did you? You have to flip her over because Jurayah does not sleep on her stomach, honey. She slept on her back. And she slept with her cup. You wouldn't even have to wake her up if you had to put her cup in the crib with her. But see, she didn't even wake up that night because you had already banged her in the head. You feel me? You trying to solidify yourself, but you really just telling on yourself with everything she said, everything that girl opened her mouth and said, she told on herself.
She knows.
She told on herself.
What D. Thompson said. Science and DNA don't lie at all.
Exactly.
They ain't using their head at all. That girl would not be guilty if all fingers wasn't pointing to her.
And the pathologist said
These are
the death occurred between 9 p.m. after they left the hospital that night until 5:30 that morning when they found her.
Frames is the time frame that Morris was in the shower and she was left alone with Jurayah twice. And then he wanted something to drink when she went and checked and found the dead. She knew she did that.
The pathologist versus the pediatrician.
They
all the pathologists used the slides that they had on the X-ray microscope. The pediatrician, all he did was look at pictures. You can't even use these slides because you're a pediatrician. How can you get up here and testify when you are a pediatrician? You feel me? You're not a pathologist. You can't look at something and tell. You can't look at this baby from the picture. We seen y'all, she did not look like Jurayah. I wouldn't have been able to tell that was my niece. You feel me? Her lips was a totally different color. Whoa. Her head was deformed and it was bruised on the side of her head. This is when she flipped her over. You're not gonna flip a baby over and tell me that she died with that bruise that she did.
That top ready, my nigga. They got pictures. They got pictures that showing Jurayah that Friday
with no bruises. No bruises. She didn't have any bruises. They kept saying in court like she had bruises on her forehead. No, she didn't have any bruise. She has a scar under her left eye from where T'Kia let her hit the fireplace. That's the only scar that she had. That is the only scar. Period.
That she knew that was there.
Period. Okay, I want to address this. The family-wise, like Andrew, Moore's brother, he know exactly what's going on. And this how evil, they family is. Morris and his dad beat the boy up because he wrote a letter to his mama telling his mama how he think T'Kia killed Jurayah or how she died. Why would y'all beat this man up like this because of his opinion? You feel me? I don't care if they report my life. Huh? I don't care if they reported. But why would y'all beat this man up just because he's speaking his truth? You feel me? And then I got a screenshot from his favorite cousin April where she even said it herself. She's evil. Speaking about T'Kia, she's evil. I knew she was evil. Our family know the truth. Everybody knows the truth.
I just want everybody up on here talking. If you're talking crazy, I just want you to know I fight.
Yeah, it don't matter if they talk crazy now.
I'm the one.
It's okay if they report the live. I'm gonna be on this live until I get done talking, and it's still gonna be rolling. I'm still gonna be speaking facts. That's the devil trying to blur out my live because they don't want.
Man, y'all stop calling. Y'all knew this girl was going live at 3. Stop calling.
Please stop calling because I'm not answering for nobody. Man, several people. I done had people that come to me that used to work with her at the nursing home and say this girl was evil. Like, she laughed at a picture of Jurayah with one of her other.
Just give me a sec. Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay. Jesus. Okay, y'all. Oh, I hate this. Okay. All right, y'all. What do y'all think of this? What do y'all think for right now? What do you guys think of what the auntie said? This is their side of the story. I want I want y'all, because don't nobody really know about the story. I know y'all, we're going to be unbiased, and we're just going to get what the evidence proves at this moment. What do the evidence prove at this moment to you guys? Okay? Now, the mom, just allow me a moment. Let me get this up. The mom recently, she did 2 separate interviews, and her statements are inconsistent. I'm gonna pull that up. Just allow me a moment, y'all. Like I told y'all, if I'm gonna bring you something, then I'm going to do my due diligence, and I'm gonna make sure I do it.
And so my mind, like, is real?
Now, one of the interviews, she was on a Facebook Live with a family member doing an interview. I don't know why she was on the damn. Excuse me, I don't know why she on Facebook doing an interview with a cousin. I don't know. Don't ask me that question. Why? Because I don't know why. But, and then she talked to the news station, and she tells them her account on 2 separate accounts on her story on how she found her baby when they called her. They claimed, at first the family was claiming that they didn't call 911, but they did. There's so many loopholes and inconsistencies in this story that I'm surprised they didn't throw this out. But we're going to get into it. Like I said, when I do my due diligence, I do my due diligence. All right, y'all. So this is the mama. She finna do an interview with the cousin. And this is what she said. And then the newspaper. Hold on.
And something clicked in my mind, like, is this really Jurayah? So I just reached down and touched her hand. And it was just cold. And I'm like, something ain't right. She been here for a long time. And that's all I could do was just break down and start crying because I couldn't think straight.
Before they started getting her ready for the funeral.
No, I didn't really get to see her before they got her dressed and things because I wasn't ready for it. My auntie went in and combed her hair, and she said that she could tell something wasn't right. She had so many bruises, and her face just wasn't the same. Her nose.
Trauma. When you saw her, was it noticeable trauma or was it something that?
Second interview.
I couldn't really look at it. I couldn't even touch her. So I looked at her at the funeral, and her head. At the funeral home, and her head was swollen. You could tell something happened.
And your daughter that her father talked.
So, guys, that is the 2 separate interviews that the mother did with a cousin on Facebook. I don't know, like, I understand, like, I understand she wanted the justice for her daughter, but I'm going to let you guys, this is what I'm going to do. And I know we late, but I told y'all this is the late night edition because I want to get a message out. Now we're going to hear T'Kia's mother. in her account. There and the crazy part about it, I don't feel like nobody killed the baby. I feel like the baby may have failed and y'all neglected to take the baby to the doctor. Negligence. That's what I feel. I don't feel that anybody should go to jail, but y'all neglected to do what is responsible for when a child has been hit. Yes, just simple as that. In the care, right, right, right. So some ain't right, but this woman don't. And y'all can just if if I lose subscribers, I lose subscribers. But if I'm just gonna say this, and this is in my spirit, that woman didn't do nothing to that baby. She loved her too much. She loved that baby too much. That didn't look like, because from what I was researching, guys, and I'm gonna get to the mother's interview. From what I was researching, somebody put out a screenshot and she said the lawyer asked her, why did you take that baby in? Why did you accept that baby? This is what they said in the text message. What it said. She said the reason why I took the baby and accepted the baby because neither one of us asked to be in this position. So I chose to love. One thing about when your man, let me say this, when you are married and your man steps out and have a child. Yes. You either gonna stay or you either gonna go. Either you gonna accept the child or you're not. So the question is, if she decided to accept this child and love her as her own, and from what I'm understanding and reading, the mother, you know what I'm saying, if the woman took you to go take a DNA test, you think that's being evil? That's not being, I'm just gonna say this is crazy. If they let you know that she's trying to make an amends with you, she's trying to say, I accept your child. I am going to treat your child nice. I don't understand how is that evil when someone says, hey, I accept your child. We don't know if she was still trying to come at the baby daddy or not. And she might have asked her, you know what, since y'all can't get, or they may have not been getting along. How we know? Could be saying, you know what, since y'all ain't getting along, just come talk. Don't talk to him. Talk to me. And we'll get whatever we need for the baby, whatever we need, we'll get. She might have been that kind of mother. But you know what I'm saying? This woman character, this woman done lost everything. Everything. And sitting in jail right now, life without the possibility of parole. I'm just saying she decided to accept the baby. And you saying that she picked her up to take this woman to get a DNA test. What you thought she was gonna do? She was gonna let you ride with her husband? No. I'll pick her up. I can pick you up and you can go and you know what I'm saying? That's just me just extending an olive branch. I don't understand why she couldn't take herself to the DNA test. From what I was researching, she didn't have no ride. So she was nice enough to take her to do the DNA test. Why you didn't go take your own DNA test? Whew, child. Okay. I got so many questions, but y'all coming from this woman character because if your husband done made a issue like that, he done stepped out on you, and she asked you not to communicate with her husband because y'all may not be getting along. What's wrong with that? That's respect. Maybe she can get her husband to do more by just doing. You might can get more with you and the stepmama communicate. Because as y'all can see, the family, the baby mama side is ratchet. I'm just gonna keep it real. But I'm finna pull
funny
up.
How things change, isn't it?
I'm gonna
I guess
pull
we finally
up
lost the rhythm.
I'm going to pull up the mother's interview, guys. When I find it, hold on just a minute. Child, I'm just gonna say this, guys. If I'm like this, if she wrong, let her sit in there. But if she innocent, man, why do that to an innocent person? Why do that to an innocent person? Especially if we don't know, y'all don't know for sure that if the baby had contusions that was up to 8 days old, and then the baby was passed around. So yes, it's gonna put a question mark. Like, why are you passing your baby around? Why you don't have your child? I'm not coming for nobody's motherhood. I'm just this the question that will ask. See, only thing they focusing on, people are focusing on. Well, if I'm being biased, let me be biased. Alam Muhammad, because at the end of the day, I don't feel like this little lady is innocent. All I said was it seemed like it's some negligence that I don't see that the baby. And I don't have to explain myself, but I just don't feel like that woman took that baby life. I don't. I feel like something happened to the baby fell, something like that, and boom, now the baby is gone. Not because it might have just been the baby fell and y'all didn't get it checked out. Anything could happen. But if you try me along, you will be blocked. But this is T'Kia's mother speaking out. Yes, they had 3 years to prepare for a court case. Is this you? You want to come up and say what you want to say? You said they had 3 years to prepare for this court case. They had 3 years to prepare for the court case. She said nothing because guess what? She thought justice was going to, the proof is still there. The proof is still there. And there is no evidence. Because I found the picture of the baby. And I don't know why people do this, but please stop putting these precious kids' dead bodies on social media. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not do that. That was a pretty little girl, and you know what I'm saying. Just because that baby died in their care does not mean that they did something to them. Especially when an autopsy report has said that it did. Now, when the transcript come out, it's something different. Something different. If she has died because of the stepmother, justice is served. But something ain't right, and because I wouldn't be talking about it if it wasn't. And everybody on here, if y'all feel like different, you know what I'm saying, we can agree to disagree. But I just don't feel like this woman deserves to be sitting in jail when evidence has shown that she because one thing about abuse, a child abuser, it's gonna be a series of abuse. And I'm talking about it's gonna be shown bruises, evidence of bruises and things like that. And the question is, if you say that your child was dropped and had black eyes and stuff like that, why didn't you let her continue to go there? Well, look, whatever. Say what you need to say. My moms will handle you accordingly. We can agree to disagree. You can have an opinion, and I respect your opinion. Right. But the father's in jail too. But for some odd reason, the father it's two separate trials, but the father court date got extended. It got moved. The father's court date, he's supposed to went to court February the 1st, I think, and they moved the court date. Why? Why? I'm not saying something ain't right. That's all I'm gonna say. Hold on just a minute, y'all. Alam Muhammad, maybe she didn't have a good enough lawyer. But guess what? Let me tell you something. One thing about the truth, it's going to come out. One thing about justice is going to be served. One thing about God. One thing who really knows, it's three sides. We all know it's three sides to a story. It's their side, his side, their two sides, and the truth. And the truth lies within. And the truth is going to come out. It's just a matter of time. You know. Right. So from what, I'm just going to let y'all listen to the mother. I'm not going to listen to the whole lie, but I do want to listen to y'all to listen to some of the key points that the mother was making. I just don't feel like T'Kia is in my spirit. I just don't feel like T'Kia did it. Why is it just, that's my thing, is why y'all just pointing in the direction of T'Kia that she was jealous of a child? When the father he got charged too. I don't understand it. You said why they didn't have their own. And the DA, and then the crazy part about it, and ain't nothing wrong with that, Alam Muhammad. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I just feel like, I wonder why they moved the dad's trial up. I mean, that trial up, not up. Trial, they moved it. So I don't know when his trial date, but we're just gonna talk about it, y'all. I've been researching and trying to understand this. It done made me had a headache all day today, trying to figure this stuff out. Like what done happened to this baby? My thing is, what happened to this baby? Who did this to this baby? Because something ain't right. All right. Y'all just allow me a moment. Oh. Hold on, y'all. Let me take this off the screen. Okay.
This is why y'all don't get calls from me. I have to go in there and welcome me. Huh? You go in there for a second. Okay. She don't want to go, so I ain't gonna make her go. This is a really hard thing to do. Ooh. How do you cry? Pretty cry. I can't do it. Shut the door, Aubrey. Thank you. I'm here for my baby, and all I want is for anybody that's watching this video, pray for my baby. Pray for her to come home. I don't know how we got here. I know that this is God's will, because at the end of this, my baby's gonna have a great testimony. She's going to be able, through this, she's saving people. I just told her This morning I said, Kia, you got people praying. You got God is like, wow, okay. She's doing the best she can. She's missing her babies. We're missing her. And as you can tell, as you can see, I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet. But for the people that are attacking us for trying to get justice for my baby, shame on you. For 3 years, we sat back and watched y'all destroy my baby. There were times she couldn't eat. Shut the door, Aubrey. There were times she couldn't sleep. She was moving her hair. Things, the lies that y'all were telling her. We didn't come to the media. We didn't come on Facebook. She didn't want us to. She didn't want us to fight that battle on Facebook. And we're not fighting it on Facebook. We're bringing facts because now the people need to know. Because Gibson didn't do it right. They didn't do my baby right at all. And everybody there knew. They knew what happened prior to my daughter getting the baby that night. They didn't have that baby only but a few hours before she passed. How do you go from loving somebody and nurturing them to killing them? To killing them. She don't have a mean bone in her body. If you know her, it's to love her. But of course, everybody's not like Kia, and everybody wasn't raised like I raised my kids. Not to say I'm the best mom in the world, but I'm a good mom because I show my kids the way to the Lord. Regardless of what you want to say about me, my kids know God. They know God. They was raised in God. My mom made sure of that. So, for 3 years, they dogged her out, they dragged her through the mud. But now, prior to that, she was there for every one of those heathens. She babysat. When Deidrona didn't have a way to work, my baby would get up in the morning, pregnant and all, and take her to work. She would keep the baby. Even when my daughter started working at the nursing home at night, she took a night shift so she and Morris could take care of Jurayah. They tag team. When she was getting off, he was going to work. She didn't even get a chance to take a break, take a nap. She got Jurayah. Jurayah was taken care of. And Deidrona knew that. My story will never change. I don't have anything to lie about. My daughter never had anything to lie about. And God knows we didn't know we would have to come here to Facebook to prove that she was freaking innocent. Because in this world, the way it's supposed to be set up, the innocent to proven guilty, they didn't prove she was guilty. What they did prove is that the baby had cracks in her skull. Cracks in her skulls. Let's talk about the cracks in the skull. And this is the only part I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about the cracks in the skull. She fell off of the back of her mother's car. I didn't say her mother killed her. Nobody said her mother killed her. But what happened was she was negligent. Can I close your door? Okay, give me your door on your give me just a minute, okay? On your jaw. Okay. Sometimes I have to okay, baby, I get it. Okay, thank you. Sometimes I have to kind of interpret what my grandbaby is saying. But her mother knows exactly what she's talking about. Okay. So she fell off the back of her mother's car. She didn't take her to the hospital. That was negligence on the mother's part. She was told to take the baby to the emergency room. Her aunt was told to take the baby to the emergency room, but nobody took her to the emergency room. Let's fast forward to the next week. She was with her great aunt. She was with her great aunt. Well, see, at first I thought it was with the cousin. But then because they're telling us now. But then when information was released, it was the great aunt. Her daughters were protecting us. Okay, let's get on the daughters. They were the first ones to turn in a statement against my daughter, the very one who was supposed to be my daughter's friend. Okay. So after everything got rolling, after you set the wheels in motion and you saw what was happening, you text her and you told her that you lied under pressure from the police. As far as I'm going to go with that. The rest of it is public records. It was stated. That wasn't stated in court. Let me tell you why that wasn't stated in court. Because nobody came forward on behalf of my daughter. Everybody was talking. But they couldn't get one person to step in as a witness on her behalf. Because they're scared of those people in Port Gibson. The baby's mama's family and friends, they're thugs. I'm going to say it. They can say what they want to say. All you got to do is follow them on Facebook and see how they coming for my baby. For 3 years, they're thugs. I'm not scared. You got the wrong one. I'm not scared. I never have been, but I'm humble. And I don't move until God tells me to move. And I try not to speak until God tells me I can speak. They got those people so scared in Port Gibson. It is a shame. It is a shame. The one girl, I think was her best friend, the baby's mother's best friend, spoke out. My understanding, the one thing, this is my understanding now. The one thing that the girl said was, if Jurayah had been a better mother, her baby would still be alive. They went on that girl's job, jumped on her, beat out of her clothes. They beat the poor child out of her clothes, and those people, if that's what I want to refer to them to, recorded it. They put it on Facebook. I hope and pray somebody screenshot it. Send it to me. I will post it. Anybody that gives me information, and I'm getting a lot of it, I'm not going to expose them until they're ready to come forward. And I pray to God. I pray to God that He puts it on their heart. Somebody has to. Y'all want my baby to sit up in prison for the rest of her life for something she didn't do. So then you got the autopsy reports. Yeah, they show the cracks. They show the bruises. That happened before my daughter got her. They say there's a bruise that was there, wasn't there. But let me tell you about bruises. You can look at them and tell about how old they are. You can look at them and tell about how bad the injury was. It was a light green. The baby was hot yellow, almost white looking. There was a light green bruise right there. With the pediatrician, and oh my God, how the prosecutor ripped him apart because he wasn't a pathologist. But baby, tell me who knows more about bruises and breaks in a child than a pediatrician. And it's a renowned pediatrician. Wasn't a new one. He's been doing it for almost 40 years. He's the lead at different hospitals. You discredit him because he wasn't a pathologist. Forgive me. Pathologists can do a lot. Some things they can do, and some things they get wrong. A lot of things they get wrong. They get wrong. And it's human error. But he told them, he said, it didn't happen when she got the baby. It happened 2-3 days prior. Some of the stuff he said. He said some of the breaks were healing as far back as almost 2 weeks. Which, you know why they tore him apart? Because he put the injuries on someone else. And they tried their hardest to keep him on the kid. It amazed me so. It's in public records. As soon as they release them, it's in public records. The prosecution, pathetic. And this is how they find innocent people guilty. My baby's interview, when they told her about it being a homicide, my baby said, me and my husband didn't kill that baby. That's what my daughter said. Me and my husband didn't kill that baby. The prosecution. That baby. Why she didn't call the baby by her name? I talk about my children in that same manner. That boy, what? That had nothing to do with her being innocent or guilty, sir. But you played on words. He played on words. He played on words. My baby's room. She fixed up her baby's area because she had to split the room. She fixed it up with the things that was bought for Aubrey. She was my princess. She's always my princess. So when you say she was jealous because of the attention that Jurayah got, oh my God, you don't know. Aubrey is so loved, has always been loved. Whatever she didn't get in Port Gibson, she was definitely getting in Hattiesburg. Definitely, hands down. We made up for everything. Kia did not have a jealous pain in her body. Had she had jealousy in her heart, she wouldn't have took Cedrona to get her baby. Huh? Yeah. Can Gigi talk for a moment? Okay, you want to come tell everybody bye-bye? Because you're going to stay out in the front while I talk. Come tell them bye-bye. Jealousy? No. She was never jealous. She stepped in. When she found out about the baby, she took Deidreana to get a pregnancy, not a pregnancy test, Lord help her, a DNA test. Because it wasn't for sure if Morris was the dad. But once they found out that same day, they went and got the baby. The same day. And she, from that moment on, she was our baby. She was Kia's baby. She was our baby. They don't show you that part over on the other side. They don't show you that part. They just tell you what they want you to know, or what they want you to think. They want you to think. See, they compelled she capitalized on being a hurt mother, the devastated mother. At the repast, the devastated mother was taking selfies. She and her friends, they were taking selfies. Shots. It amazed me. Because I lost 3 babies. Everybody knows I lost 3 babies in a car accident. I wasn't even able to. When I think about it now, after the funeral, I just went home and went to my room. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be a part of nothing. But this is a new generation, so I don't know if that's how they're doing it now. But that's how she did it. So she took her to get the blood test, the DNA test. They took the baby in. I said to Kia, judge me if you want to, but I'm going to tell the truth. I said, Kia, leave that baby alone. Leave her alone. She said, why, Mama? I said, and this is the honest to God truth. I said, because of her mother. So women see what you got on the inside. They'll want it, Kia. And that was the motherly direction. It had nothing to do with the baby. Because I know her type. And forgive me, Lord. Forgive me, Lord, if I'm wrong. And you forgive me if I'm wrong for saying exactly how I felt and how I feel. My baby said to me, no, mama. She said, no, mama. She said, baby always sick. Baby always sick. Got to take care of her. If it's a lie, well, it ain't no lie. But if she took her to the doctor, and I think she did sometimes, but when I met the baby, she had really rough skin. Her eczema was really out of control. Really out of control. So I don't guess she was really taking her to the doctor that much. I mean, come at me if you like. Jurayah, all the rest of them, I can't really pronounce the name. You know I'm not lying. You know I'm telling the truth. That's why y'all comfort us the way you do. Because you know we're telling the truth. But for 3 years, we gave you a chance to tell the truth for 3 years. In those 3 years, y'all watched my baby lose her daughter. They took my grandbaby from my daughter. And there was a sweet judge that gave her back. You watched her be humiliated. Y'all drug her through the mud. Y'all dogged her out. But it was the people that loved her and really knew her that kept her up. The Lord put us in her life. The Lord put us in her life. I watched when people put their ankle bracelet on my daughter. Y'all watched the judge tell them y'all can go anywhere y'all want between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. But you know, but that's okay. That's okay. Because even in that, the Lord showed them mercy and grace. Grace and mercy. He showed them favor. Kia did her best to give her kids a normal life. They never knew the way they were living wasn't normal. Let me tell you when I realized my baby, my granddaughter, was a little messed up. We were out in Hattiesburg. It was about to be dark. And my grandbaby said, Gigi, we got to get home. The dark is coming. The dark is coming. And she wasn't used to being out past dark. Because our parents can be out past dark. Those heifers ate it up. They laughed. They joked. That's because the secret, there was no secret. I mean, there was a secret that nobody knew. They thought. All the while, I had my constant informants. They were talking to me. And, you know, I never asked anybody to come before me. I just kept saying, why are y'all so scared of them? Well, let me tell you what my baby told me the other day in jail. She said, Mama, be careful. I said, be careful. She said, because I don't want them to do anything to you. Don't do nothing to me? Wow. Kia, you know me. She said, Mama, but they have guns. I said, you can't hit a moving target. Well, unless you're a good shot, but you can't hit a moving target. My baby shouldn't have to worry about me telling the truth. My baby should not have to worry about her mother telling the freaking truth. I'm not in Port Gibson. And even if I was, if they're that type, I probably been dead a long time ago. Because I'm not scared of none of them. One thing, I have a fear of circumstances beyond my control. This is definitely one of them. I don't feel mean. I don't feel mean. The Lord has humbled me. Lord, He brought me a mighty long way. He brought me a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. But I don't feel mean. If I can see you coming, You better get me before I get you. But T'Kia don't have to worry about me. And I told her that. All we want to do is get our truth out. My baby's truth out. My baby's truth out. If you didn't know what had actually happened prior to my daughter getting the baby, then sitting in court, you've been like, yeah, she did it. When you listen to the prosecutor, the defense was a humble man, a quiet man. But baby, when you coming up against some black people, you can't be humble and quiet, especially in court. You got to be just as loud, adamant, and boisterous as he was. But he wasn't. They sleep. They were really sleep. There was this one guy. I ain't gonna call his name. I always called him the Undertaker. Alopecia. Yeah, alopecia. Undertaker. That was his demeanor. That's what he looked like. I said, he really wasn't. He didn't seem to be all that bright. But I knew it was a trick. I kept telling Chris, and I was only there 2 days. Let them tell it. No, the mama don't know nothing. Mama don't know nothing. She wasn't there for 2 days. I was not there for the first 3 days because because of my job, I have to go in and work like I have to do this week. I have to go in, but that's my job. Okay, one day. But the prosecution subpoenaed me, so I could not go in. And I kind of wonder, why would they do that? And everybody said, why are you? But doing grand jury, when I testified, I said some things in my baby's favor. I said my baby was a better mother to that child than her own mother. Oh, and I went some other places. So I don't think they really wanted me to. I probably would have got a charge because the judge would have told me to be quiet, and I kept talking because I wanted her story to be told. But yeah, that's what y'all didn't know. She was a better mother to that baby than her own mother. Look at the, and I promise you, when I say this, let me talk with this hand because I got all my nails on this hand. I promise you, I'm not trying to make Deidreana look bad, but in telling the truth makes Deidreana look bad. We're not bad. We're not picking on her. We're not doing her like they did to T'Kia. I would never attack her. I'm just telling the truth. And the truth is, the child was hurt in her mother's care. It was not medically attended. The truth is, the child was hurt in her great aunt's care a few days before my daughter got her. It was not medically attended. You say my daughter, the baby didn't like my daughter. But when the cousin had her, Danielle Skinner, when she had her, the baby was crying. I was at work. This time I was working for PRCC. I was at work. And Kia called me. She said, Mama, Danielle they can't do nothing with Jurayah. I said, why? What's wrong? She said the baby was crying and she couldn't get her to stop crying. And she called Kia, of all the people, the bad parent, the jealous parent, the one the baby did not like. You call her. Why you didn't call Mama? Why you didn't call Daddy? But you called Kia. He said, put me on speaker. She said, Jurayah, just like this. She said, Jurayah, big girls don't cry. Well, Jurayah said, huh? She said, big girls don't cry. And Jurayah stopped crying. But when the mother puts her spin on it, oh, she yelled at my baby, and out of fear, my baby stopped crying. Well, I don't know what baby you talking about. But if you on a phone and the baby's scared of you, baby gonna get louder. Ain't gonna stop crying. Now, if you there, she might stop. But over the phone, she ain't gonna stop. And if she was that fearful of you, and if she did not like you, you would have been the last person that they called. Come on now. Come on. Okay. So after that, my baby tried to get the baby. Because she knew something wasn't right. Because she just crying. She crying. They wouldn't let Kia see the baby. Not that they didn't want, that the baby didn't like Kia. They didn't want Kia to see her, lay eyes on her. They sent the baby from house to house. She moved without a car seat. Well, shoot. She could have hit her head again in the car. She didn't have no car. She wasn't in no car seat. They moved her from house to house so Kia couldn't get her. Same person that you called to calm her down. The only person in your circle who was a nurse who could have helped that baby. Could have helped her. But you refused her help so many times. So no, we're not saying that you killed her. What we are saying is because of your negligence, she died. And unfortunately, she died in the care of my daughter. So, the pathologists, they didn't know. They didn't know. They didn't know what had happened to her. Y'all never ever raised your hand or spoke up and said, I had her. One of those cracks could have happened when I had her. One of those bruises, those healing bruises, could have happened when I had her. The bruise in her hair could have happened at her aunt's house. None of that. You never said any of that. All you said, you ran up to the police station, is Kia did it. She didn't like that baby. Oh, she didn't like that baby. She didn't like the baby. You lied. You lied, you lied, you lied. We're not going to even talk about the judicial system, how it failed her. Not going to even talk about that. Y'all will figure that part out when we get the transcript. Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. But anyway.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna stop it right there.
We got 2 babies here.
She's just gonna talk about having both of the kids here, and they're gonna have a birthday party for her youngest son. He is gonna be turning 2, and she's still coping with her daughter being. Y'all, I'm getting a little sleepy. I told y'all I ain't good. I may not do no more in the late night edition because I'm getting sleepy. But anyway, that is I'm like, I don't know what to believe. I just know it just don't feel that. I just don't, and maybe I need to listen to the others, maybe when the dad go on trial, see what's going on. But I just don't feel like the stepmother did it. Too many gaps and holes in the story. You want to come on here? Please be respectful. I don't need, this is about the story. We don't need any drama. What this page is about, my channel, what this channel is about, before I drop my link, this channel is about getting awareness out. This channel is about, okay, but let me tell you something. Yeah, death is what they said initially, like, just like Victoria Rose. Y'all know I've been, y'all know I reports on Victoria Rose. And the police report is different from Jurayah's and Victoria Rose. You know why? Okay, Victoria Rose, it says the police noticed and suspected abuse, and it was visible in their findings when they found the child. Jurayah, they said that the police said that she just passed away and it was just a sudden death. But they did not suspect any foul play. The baby didn't have any visible bruises or contusions. So they can't, then they got arrested a year after that. The truth lies somewhere. Let me tell y'all something. The truth lies somewhere. The truth lies, but I just don't feel like T'Kia did it. If you want to make a video rebutting it, you can make a video to rebut whatever I said. But y'all heard both sides of the story. And to me, you can't say who did what because there is not enough evidence to prove who did what. Okay? There's not enough evidence. What the evidence said. Okay, guys, that's the link. If you want to come on here and say something. Oh, okay. Now I understand what you're saying, Mohammed. That is the link, guys. If y'all want to come on here and say something and tell me what you guys think about this. And before I go, it's almost 12 o'clock at night, Lord. Tell me what you guys think of this and tell me if you guys think she did it or not, because we are unbiased. Well, from what the mother was saying, the attorney, he was very humble and quiet and just allowed them to talk. He wasn't aggressive enough. And then, y'all heard that in the mother's interview. And the mother said that, that was never brought up about the baby falling off the car and the CPS situation. I think they just wanted somebody to go down for that baby's murder. So, and because they were saying, like, the mother was saying that, she had, like, her daughter name is Aubrey, right? They said, oh, because she had the name Aubrey spelled out in her room, but had J on the baby on Jurayah's room, a J on her crib, then that means that she didn't like her. I'm like, what the baby? They said the baby nickname was J. Lord, I don't like. Some of this stuff is petty as hell. I'm just gonna say it. It's petty. Some of this stuff is petty as hell, and it's frustrating because people's life y'all playing around with people's life. We don't know what the truth is, but it's lying somewhere in this. It's lying somewhere. But some of this stuff is petty, and y'all too grown for this. It's sad. What I understand is, why did they get her a public defender? Why she couldn't just get? I guess because she thought that she didn't have to fight so hard. But baby, when my life is on the line, I'm gonna fight tooth and nail. I may not say nothing, but baby, I'm gonna fight tooth and nail. Do you hear me? I ain't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna fight tooth and nail for my innocence. Like I said, I might cry and stuff like that in the background, but when you see me, you're gonna see me with a straight face, like I ain't bothered. Do you hear me? Because one thing about it, for my peace, and I know I'm innocent, honey, I'm gonna get the best of the best. Do you hear me? I don't care how much it costs. Hey, Wisdom, Mama TV, how you doing, boo? Thank you for coming. I just, but one thing about it, let me tell y'all something about, her mom was talking about, um, her mom was saying that that they was raised in church or something like that. I'm gonna tell you something about being a child of God. Thank you, Connie. Thank you. Praise God. Thank you, Connie. Well, let me just say this, Miss Connie. I'm just gonna say that it's just petty. It's just petty drama. That baby life was taken. That wasn't who life right now. It don't matter. Who life matter is Jurayah's. Aubrey. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, and I could be wrong. Sometimes I feel like cause the mother, she don't come after Morris. She comes after T'Kia. Are you jealous, Deandra? She always say, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? She ain't too pretty to go to jail and this, that. Who said somebody was too pretty to go to jail? Did you want this woman out the picture because you wanted that spot? So that's why you did all this. And you think that Morris still gonna want you. I'm just thinking out the box. Let me tell you something. When people are jealous and evil, they come up with different plans to do stupid stuff. And I'm just gonna be real. Some people are sick in the mind. Some people are sick in the mind. But let me tell you this. If that girl, it's just, me too. But I'm just saying, like, I would think about it because me and the co-workers was talking about it. And I said, well, maybe she thought, you know what I'm saying, she wanted, they said it was a one night stand, but maybe they were messing around longer than that. We don't know. But maybe she wanted to kill out the picture. This is just me thinking. And you know what I'm saying, T'Kia didn't leave him when she found out he had the baby. And so what she did was she accepted the baby. She loved her. She treated her like her own. She didn't like that. Some people evil. And let me just be real. Some people, they don't like it. They don't like it when you forgive. Some people don't like when people forgive and move on. And she still was invested in her husband. So she accepted this one mistake. And I'm not calling Jurayah a mistake. I'm gonna call it a circumstance that they were just going through. And some people saying, well, why she didn't have no diaper bag and no car seat being passed around? We don't know what happened when she was being passed around. We don't know what happened when that baby was being passed around. We don't. But it's all to kill. It's all to kill. Okay. I'm not being, I just want the truth. Whatever the truth is let me tell you something. When I tell you about God's people and when I tell y'all about, sometimes you have to go through things in life. Sometimes you have to go through a storm in life to come up out on top. Sometimes things like this happen. You have to ask God, where are you when I'm in this midst of the storm? But the storm may be raging, but God is still there in the midst of the storm. But whatever the truth is, God knows it. Jurayah knows it. And I feel like Deandra and T'Kia know it. Whatever the truth is. But I just feel like that girl don't deserve to sit in no jail cell. Because to me, It's a lot of petty drama mess. It's a lot of petty drama mess. And whatever the truth is, it will be exposed. Because, honey, I just feel like they're going to appeal this whole situation, honey. I don't think the daddy gonna end up going to court, honey, because there's too many holes in the story. So, guys, I'm gonna be looking more into this. I will be reporting on this, guys. I'm at 12 o'clock. I got to go to bed. But y'all pray for Jurayah, justice for Jurayah. Y'all pray for T'Kia, pray for Morris, pray for both sides of the family. DeJandra and her mind too. Pray for all of them. Pray for some peace. Because right now, it ain't no peace in neither side of the family. Ain't no peace. Ain't no peace. Right. So he may take a plea. He may take a plea to be home with the kids. Be home with the kids. Think about the kids. Ain't nobody wanting this situation. If you think about it, 2 kids are without their mother, and DeJandra is out without her child. So who wanted this situation? Nobody. It's still a sad situation. It's still. It is. And that's why I say, you can't mess with, I know you mean he is not going to jail. I don't think so either. It's too many holes. It's too much reasonable doubt. But you know what I'm saying? Because she pointed the finger at T'Kia and they planted all this on T'Kia, had a friend turning against a child. I ain't gonna lie, the friend, Danielle, she said that the police manipulated her to make the statement that she did it in so many ways. But then turn around and talk to T'Kia, inboxed her or whatever, and told her she knows she didn't do it. So, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm one of those friends. If they got something on me, I just have to go to jail because I'm not going to be the one to sit there and sell out my friend. I ain't gonna sell out my friend because they pressuring me to say something that I know that my friend didn't do. And I'm not gonna sit there and just say something that you want me to hear. If you say, well, you're gonna be charged, let me be charged because I know I didn't do it. Let me be charged. I know everybody said, well, you can't say that unless you sit in that position. But at the end of the day, I am one of those people that I ain't going to stand for wrong. I'm always going to stand for what's right. Because that's how you get real justice, honey. Standing for what's right. Yeah, basically. All because he had to have some community D. Yep, he wanted to lay down and have, now he had an outside child and and then, they were making, and this what got me in the Jondra's sister. She was like, yeah, and the dude, he was like, yeah, she talking about she had to go to counseling and marriage counseling and counseling for herself and well, what you want her to do? That means she dealt with whatever she was feeling with on the inside. Y'all sound real ignorant. Y'all feel like it's something wrong with black folks going to counseling to deal with the issues that were festering in her. That girl was heartbroken. Think about it. Yes, they would do something to somebody knowing that you just done married somebody. And he's supposed to be faithful to you, and he done set up him and done lay down and had another child, and y'all making a mockery because she went to counseling. Yeah, man, that's an ignorant statement. Yeah. That to me, y'all, I'm just like, I've been on this like sometimes we don't understand what we be saying. We just be talking. That's all. We don't be understanding what we be saying. If that girl said that she went to counseling to accept what happened, I'm kind of saying, okay, if she get out, okay, if she got out, I'd be like, hop on, beat the. Okay. Morris found out about the pregnancy during the engagement for the wedding. And I understand that, and you know what I'm saying, but still, she still decided to continue on with the wedding. She still continued on with the marriage. So either way it goes, no matter what I guess she decided whatever comes, and she gonna deal with it. She went to counseling and she found her peace with it, and she didn't leave her husband. And see, that's what some people be hoping for. Some people be hoping for people to go apart. Misery loves company, honey, and they don't care who it keeps. Let me just keep it real. I would have felt the way if she didn't go get her. Exactly. She gonna need some counseling after this. She gonna need some counseling. The kids gonna need some counseling. Think about it. She was on. She had to be home before dark. She couldn't live her life the way she wanted to live it. Lord. Y'all, it's 12:05 Central Standard Time. Let me go to bed. But I just want to come on here, guys. I know this a long live. But I just want to come on here and try to figure out what is the truth. What is actually the truth in this situation? Because I just don't, in my spirit just telling me this. I don't feel like Morris is going to court. I don't feel like T'Kia deserved to be sitting in jail for the rest of her life. I just don't. With the evidence that I have presented to you guys today, put it in the chat. With the evidence that I presented to you guys today, what do you guys feel in this situation? Just put in, y'all the jury, guilty or not guilty or mistrial. Put it in the chat. I'm just gonna see. Then I'm gonna go. If I can get 1 or 2, 3 people, then we gonna see, because none of y'all knew about this situation. So the jury basically was tainted. So let's see. Christine said, I feel for her because she had a way out and didn't have to bury. I feel for her because she had a way out and didn't have to marry this man. I would have been outrun. Christine Rudd. Oh my God, Christine. She found out apparently the day after the wedding. So what you gonna do? You just newly married. What you gonna do? You gonna stay and work through it? Or you gonna go? That's one thing about an indiscretion when you're dealing with a man and you married to him and he done stepped out and did something stupid. Y'all men sometimes are stupid. You go out and you cheat, sell all these dreams to this woman, and you done married this woman, and then done created a baby. But you see what I'm saying? So the wife, she either got 2 options. She either stay and work it out and get through it, or 2, leave. So good night, Aunt Nancy. Have a good night. So you know, guys, I just, like I told you guys, true. But when you, like, one thing about it, and this is true, and I may sound a little ignorant saying this, but sometimes you just don't stop loving people like that. You know, you just don't stop loving people like that. Maybe she decided to forgive this one time. Maybe she did. And she just said, you know, we just gonna work through the problem. And maybe she just didn't want to have the embarrassment of, you know, You know, I just got married this one day, and now I got to be getting an annulment. We don't know what kind of mind frame she had, but my hat goes off to her because many women, as we know, and sitting here talking now, and the ones that's in the bushes now, some of us women wouldn't be able to deal with it. But sometimes God gives you strength, unimaginable strength to deal with things that you wouldn't think you can deal with. True, Christine. I'm just devil's advocate. I'm just keeping it real, hypothetically speaking. I don't know what mindset she was in, but obviously she was fighting for her marriage. And she loved her husband, and she decided, you know, she gonna stay and she gonna love the baby. That's what I got. That's what I got out the story. So, guys, I'm about to get out of here because I don't got wore out. Make sure you guys, if y'all that are new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell to all, so you'll be notified every time I come out with new videos or come live and we have these kind of discussions. And as well, guys, there is a join button. If you are wanting to join the news and views group, please hit that join button. It could be so, Christine. Could be so. So, you guys, I will be live. I'm going to take a break tomorrow, guys. I got to do some studying. So good night, you guys. Make sure if you have not subscribe, please. And if you have not joined the membership, press that join button and join the news and views group membership. All the perks are in the description. If you are a iPad or Apple user, if you just need the link is in my description box below. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll see y'all Sunday night, honey. We're going to talk about Whitney Houston and maybe the Super Bowl. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about something. All right, y'all. Have a good night.